The date, January 2, 2024. The time, 5:47 p.m. The place, Haneda Airport, Tokyo. A bustling hub of international travel, Haneda Airport buzzed with activity. Passengers eager to reach their destinations moved through the terminal. Families embraced, their faces full of joy. Among the arriving flights was Japan Airlines Flight 516, an Airbus A350-900, a symbol of modern aviation. It had just touched down, completing its journey from New Chitose Airport in Sapporo. On board were 379 passengers and 12 crew members, all anticipating a smooth arrival. Unbeknownst to them, a Japan Coast Guard Dash 8 aircraft was also on the runway. This was no ordinary flight. The Dash 8, carrying vital supplies, was en route to Niigata, a region grappling with the aftermath of devastating earthquakes that had struck just the day before. Time was of the essence, and the pressure was on. As the pilot of Flight 516, Captain Sato guided the massive Airbus down runway 34R, the unexpected occurred. A blinding flash of light filled the cockpit. A deafening roar ripped through the cabin. The Airbus shuddered violently, the impact tossing passengers from their seats. The unthinkable had happened. Flight 516 had collided with the Coast Guard Dash 8. The impact, a horrifying testament to miscalculation, sheared off a section of the Dash 8's tail. Debris scattered across the runway. The Coast Guard aircraft, mortally wounded, spun wildly out of control, ultimately coming to rest a mangled wreck. Inside the Airbus, panic erupted. Oxygen masks dropped from the ceiling. The cabin lights flickered, plunging the interior into a terrifying semi-darkness. The smell of jet fuel filled the air, thick and acrid, yet, amidst the chaos, a sense of urgency prevailed. The flight crew, their training taking over, sprang into action, their immediate priority to evacuate every passenger and crew member from the crippled aircraft. What went wrong? The answer, a chilling reminder of the human factor in even the most technologically advanced systems, lay in a series of errors. A miscommunication between the Coast Guard pilot and air traffic control set off a deadly chain reaction. The Coast Guard pilot, believing he had clearance for takeoff, had misinterpreted instructions to hold at a designated point on the runway. Outside, emergency responders raced towards the scene, their sirens wailing a symphony of urgency. Firefighters battled to extinguish the blaze engulfing the wreckage of the Coast Guard plane. Paramedics prepared to receive what they feared would be a mass casualty event. Inside the stricken Airbus, the evacuation was underway. Flight attendants, their voices calm amidst the chaos, directed passengers towards the emergency exits. Slides deployed, providing a lifeline from the damaged aircraft to the tarmac below. One by one, passengers slid to safety, many visibly shaken but miraculously alive. Within an astonishing 18 minutes, all 379 passengers and 12 crew members of Flight 516 had evacuated the aircraft. It was a testament to their resilience, the effectiveness of the crew's training, and a good deal of luck. This was a miracle on the tarmac. The human toll of the disaster was a stark reminder of the fragility of life. While all aboard Flight 516 had survived, the same could not be said for the crew of the Coast Guard Dash 8. 5 of the 6 crew members perished in the collision, their lives cut short in service to their nation. The sole survivor, the Dash 8's captain, sustained critical injuries and faced a long and arduous recovery. The incident sent shockwaves through the aviation world. This was the first hull loss of an Airbus A350, a stark blemish on the aircraft's otherwise stellar safety record. Investigations revealed a confluence of factors that contributed to the disaster. A checklist error by the Coast Guard pilot, compounded by the stress of their mission, had created a fatal blind spot. Air traffic control, preoccupied with the arriving JAL flight, had failed to notice the Coast Guard plane entering the runway. Limited visibility due to the time of day further obscured the danger. The Haneda Airport collision served as a harsh reminder that even in an age of advanced technology, human error remains a critical factor in aviation safety. The lessons learned from this tragedy, etched in the memory of all involved, will hopefully prevent such a disaster from ever happening again.